time to bring you everything in your world of entertainment. But before we do all of that, so former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan has passed on, and well, his remains arrived yesterday in the country, and as we talk now, people are filing past the body. But talking about Kofi Annan, as creative people, it's always a pleasure to bring you what some of them love to do and what they do not like to do. And one person who has done something like that will join us later on the show. But before that, let's hear something titled Kofi Annan, and then we get to speak to the artist.
Dear friends and colleagues, saying goodbye is never easy.
Ghana boy, African shade, the whole wide world cannot believe till I see it with my eyes. Did you hear that we lost a great man again? I'm not Kofi. Oh no, no. All that you said, and all that you've done for the world just to make it a better place. We celebrate you, we rate you. We can't forget you, cause we love you. Coming from zero to hero. I pray that the Father Lord will keep you safe. All that you've done, we congratulate you. Till that day where we go meet again.
Sadly, once again, the biggest challenge comes from Africa, where the continuous spectacle of men and women and children driven from their homes by murder, rape, and burn of their villages.
Now, talking about episode, let's just talk to him. He's here. What's up, episode? Woo! I think there's a second time we're probably having an interview here on Let's Talk Showbiz.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, we all saw Kofi Annan. That's a song you produced by yourself, and it's out now. But first of all, let me ask. Yes, I'm sure I'm going to ask you what inspired the song, and then from there we can move on to other questions. What actually inspired the song Kofi Annan?
As a musician, I don't think I should always be doing songs for parties. As a young and somebody who wants to build a very good reputation for 10 years after today, I think sometimes we need to let go of these party vibes and do songs that children or 10 years, just like I said, a decade from today, people can actually relate. And what would be the best way to actually tell the next generation about our leaders is to put it through my lyrics and put it through my music. So I think that was the best medium to tell a story about this man.
But one will ask, why do we have to wait for them to die before we do their songs? We could have done them earlier and we'll still have a time to play them. But he's passed on. That's the time you are now releasing the song.
Anybody who knows my track record knows that I sometimes don't wait for them to die. I've had even performances dedicated to people like Azuma Nelson. I did for Mandela before he passed. But then this song is not really a tribute song. It's a song to celebrate him. It's a song to actually put a smile on our faces because he's one black man who has actually waved the red, gold, green flag very high. You get me? So I don't really see it as a tribute song. I see it as a song that we need to actually smile when we're listening to.
So that's it, boldly written, Kofi Annan, 1938 to 2018. Right, so away from Kofi Annan, what are you up to? What's up with you?
The Trinity album. We're promoting the Trinity album. We've done 2 countries already. We did Burkina Faso, we did Nigeria. I represented Ghana in Nigeria for Amfest, where we're playing Zimbabwe this year again. So basically it's just promoting the Trinity album. That's like would I say my album is one of a kind?
I'm sure every artist will say that.
Yes, because like I'm the only artist who has actually put 3 different genres on the one album. You have the reggae side, the dancehall, and the Afrobeat. So the reggae side is Reggae the Father, Dancehall the Son, and Afrobeat the Holy Spirit. That's why the title of the album is Trinity. You get me? So,
talking about Zimbabwe, the last time we probably heard, Episode said he was moving to Zimbabwe. What happened to that?
Yes, I did, but then because of the album, I had to come down and finish the album. I'm going back to Zimbabwe next month. Also, we'll be in Ethiopia to represent for the there's a new thing that the Seven Tunes are launching, which is a movie dollar. I don't think I have to say it here, but an exclusive. So yeah, we're still working out. Maybe this year, but don't be
Episode, I'm sure you've been in the country and you've been monitoring it, and you know some of the things that are happening. You are in the dancehall fraternity. Quite recently, Shatta Wale was on Hits FM. He said a lot of things. Then later, Stoneboy came in, and Paul Kessie also came in on social. There's been a back and forth, but the quite recent one was Stoneboy, who said, who alleged that Shatta Wale said he had killed his mom, and it looks like Shatta Wale has tweeted to reply him some way, somehow. There's this back and forth. Samini, okay, the reply says that it kind of said that an artist, before you grant an interview like give a mileage to a radio station, you should be paid for a good interview that you did. Now, Samini came on Hits FM and he says that we should forgive Stoneboy because he was emotional. What do you make of this back and forth between these two artists?
First and foremost, I would not want to say we should forgive Stoneboy, because this is real life. This is somebody who has actually taken care of him 9 months, and to see the mother go through that, and for him to go through all this pain, still work hard to stay on top, and for somebody just to sit somewhere and say this stuff. If it was me, I would have done way more than Stoneboy did, trust me, because everybody knows how I love my mom, you get me? And whatever we're doing now is just entertainment. But aside entertainment, there's a family side to it. So why would you disrespect my family like that? You get me? If what they said it, if it was me, I would be very pissed. If he didn't say it, fine. But you get me? I think we need to actually pay much attention to this thing more than just the entertainment side. You get what I mean? This is somebody who is working so hard to put food on his table. You get me? And trust me, Stoneboy is one of our biggest exports from Ghana now. So for him to go through all this and then still have people bashing him and all of that, yo, if you be me, I know go to come back.
We are preaching hashtag support your own, and now we get our artists, some of our top artists, fighting against each other. Paul Kessie and Shatta Wale, Stoneboy, Shatta Wale. I mean, what does this mean?
Have they, the question is, have they even supported themselves? That is what I ask myself. And I always say this, as I'm not like A-list artist, but until our A-list artists become one, we would never have a united front. You get what I mean? We'll sit down and say Nigerian music is going far and what, but they're doing it because of the business. Here, we take things too personal. Do you get me? Support your own. It makes sense. But then until we decide to support ourselves as the artists, we'll never get to that level. Perfect example. You have artist A trying to release or bring out a new product or release a new song. Artist B from his own will would post it on social media, and artist A will not even like it. So why would I even do it then? You get me? Another example. Now, imagine we're having a show tomorrow. They're bringing down all these international artists, and then we decide that, we're not playing this show unless we are paid. Trust me, one artist will definitely pass back and take even lesser than what he's supposed to be paid, which to me, what I call it persimmon kuminya. We're not really looking at the future. We're not looking at 5 years or 10 years from now. They are enjoying, fine. But until we decide to become together, not necessarily taking, maybe artist A has worked so hard than artist B, but then we can all come to an understanding. You get me? WhatsApp groups and all of that. Me, I don't even belong to any artist WhatsApp group, because at the end of the day, there will be an agenda, and then the next day you will see artists reading and will not even reply. So it means that, okay, so you're much of importance than the rest of the artists. So I think this thing goes beyond just the artist's point of view. It has so much to do with music, Gamro, the artists themselves, promoters, like everything. You get me? The best way we can solve some of these things is to have seminars so that the young and upcoming artists can know the right way to go. You get me? So, yeah.
I mean, if we're going to go on and on, trust me, we're not going to finish up. But let's go all out there and check it out. Trinity album, From the Man episode. Thanks so much for talking to us.
Mad.
Dear friends and colleagues, saying goodbye is never easy.
Ghana boy, African shade, the whole wide world cannot believe till I see with my eyes. Did you hear that we lost a great man again? I'm not confused. Oh no, no. All that you said, and all that you've done for the world just to make it a better place. We celebrate you, we rate you. We can't forget you, cause we love you. Coming from 0 to hero. I pray that the Father Lord will keep you safe. All that you've done, we congratulate you. Till that day where we go meet again.
Sadly, once again, the biggest challenge comes from Africa, where the continuous spectacle of men and women and children driven from their homes by murder, rape, and burning of their villages.
You are truly a son of Mama Ghana. One real black star, was proud of the red coat queen and represented Africa. His name was Kofi Annan, 17th Secretary General. Oh yeah, from Kumasi he became diplomat in America. So we celebrate you, we rate you. We can't forget you, cause we love you. Coming from 0 to hero. I pray that the Father Lord will keep you safe. All that you've done, we congratulate you. Till that day where we go meet again. Ghana fue African shade, the whole wide world cannot believe till I see it with my eyes. Did you hear that we lost a great man again? I'm not confused. Oh no, no. All that you said and all that you've done for the world just to make it a better place. We could remember you always. The very good bad boy. Yo, Chippa. Worldwide.
Stevens on the beat.
Let's talk showbiz.
You and I. Yeah. Right. There was rumor that it was inspired by a girl.
Yeah.
Which girl?
I hope say you can't ask me say Sister Deborah.
No.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, because this is like the